you about this awesome solstice experience I had. Today's the 21st of December, and I was told a couple days ago that it would be happening at 4:44 a.m. where I am in my time zone. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be big. And it quite certainly was. It was probably the biggest universal or energy, universal, what is this? I don't know, this type of energy shift that I've had, where it's like, because of the date or the times lining up, this was the biggest, and it was definitely the most heart-centered, because others were just, other types of energies, but this was just huge. So what happened was I was asleep, and I woke up at 4:35 about, and at first I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? What's going on? And I was just like feeling my heart energy just radiating and just love pouring into me. And I'm like, who is this? Like, who's madly in love with me right now? What's going on? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the solstice. So it just occurred to me, oh my gosh, it must be about that time. And so I like got up and saw it was, by the time I got up about 5 minutes later and looked at the clock, I was like, okay, it's 4:40. I went and turned on the light, and I reached around into this room, turned on the light, and then I walk in and the light just goes pop, or like it didn't pop, but it just went off, and I'm like, okay. So I flipped the switch and I'm like, not again. Because last week, the day before an interviewer was coming, I just decided to test my light in my living room, and I ended up just blowing the whole thing. Like, I was just doing it for like a second, and the whole thing goes pop, and I had to have, like, I changed light bulbs, did the fuse, nothing was working, and I had them, where I live, they can come like replace your stuff. So I told him, I need an electrician here because my light's not working. I didn't tell them why. So instead of bringing an electrician, they just replaced the whole fixture, which you can see the old one and then the new one here. And they were like, oh, okay, we fixed it. And now they changed it and it still wasn't working. And I was like, I told you you need an electrician. Because that's just what my intuition was saying, electrician, because the whole wiring got fried or something. And so then they got an electrician, and then it finally was fixed. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. My energy, like, I wasn't even trying. I was just trying to get a little bitty light bulb, and all three just went out and the whole thing popped. And then it happened again today at 4:40. I was like, ah. And then, so at the peak of all this, I was just feeling all these universal energies, just so heart-based and heart-focused, and just, it was just heaven. I mean, it was just amazing, and it lasted the whole thing for about an hour, but of course that was the peak at 4:44. So another thing I noticed was yesterday, having just this big shift, a decision I had needed to make came to culmination, and just like the answer was just so obvious, and I'll explain that in a second, like how I came, or how to come to a difficult decision. So, but all day I was just laughing like insanely, like a Looney Tunes, like just like a lunatic, really. Just everything was just so funny. Like, when you have a decision to make, you're like, well, okay, should I do what's best for me or what's best for everyone else? And it can be tricky sometimes, right? Like, you keep realizing you're getting abused because you're doing what's right for everyone else. And this keeps, just something I keep noticing. I'm like, why am I always in these situations, like having to decide, like, do what's better for me, even though it's like you can't be a slave or a servant your whole life, right? You're not here just to sacrifice for others all the time, and for people to take advantage of you. That's what they start to do if you just keep doing what everyone else wants you to do, right? And so, once again, it was like, okay, you're giving all your energy away, and people they just realize you're stuck, and so they're not gonna treat you better. You know, you can be as nice as you want, you can be as sweet, loving. It's not gonna change them. You can send them all the energy you have, and sometimes that works, but not always. And sometimes you just have to stand up for yourself and be like, put yourself in both decisions. Okay, what does it feel like when I do this? And see what comes to you. Do you feel anything in your heart, in your body, in your energy? Do you feel anything shifting? You know, if you had made this decision, and then notice what you feel, maybe write it down, then go back and clear that out, and then step into the other decision. Okay, what does that feel like? Does that feel, do I feel better? Do I feel worse? What does it really feel like? Because the point of all this is to get in tune with your feelings, because that will show you the answer. And they may sound weird, and I know it's difficult for a lot of people to step out of the logical mind and get into their intuition, because we're so ingrained in shutting off our intuition, which is what gets you immediate results, by the way, and feeding this logical step-by-step, taking years to do something, and when it doesn't work, okay, we'll go over here, do it this way, and okay, that didn't work, but it's like it's the sure way sometimes, like, okay, we know we'll get there this way. Or you can take the leap of faith over here, which is usually, if you do it right, you'll learn really well how to listen to it. It's so fast, it's more rewarding, it's heart-based, you get 1,000 extra bonuses because of it, I mean, it's just, you just become so guided. The more you listen to that and live by that, it's just so amazing. So anyway, you and your energy will raise because of it. Your health will raise, everything will benefit and grow in a positive way because of that. So anyway, it's just funny, because while the interviewer is here, was also noticing how I see like 30 or 40 times a day the numbers line up, and then unfortunately the weather wasn't good, so we didn't see the UFOs and stuff, but it was like right when they left. I was seeing them, I was like, so I was recording them as I could, except for I was driving sometimes. I'll just leave you with the clip of that, and I really hope this solstice benefited you and that you came to be more heart-focused in a way and release the crap you don't need to deal with anymore, right? We're constantly just shedding those old layers and raising to a better frequency. And yeah, so alright, good luck with that. And if you didn't tune into that energy, if you didn't wake up like I wake up with these things, just sit for a minute, meditate with it, see how it feels today, and just notice what might be shifting. We're about to enter a 1 year here, and it's exciting, and oh my gosh, because lots of things are ending, so just make the right decisions, go in with the heart. What do I need to let go of? Because we're all letting go of a lot of stuff right now, and what are we going to make room for to come in? Because if you don't shed it, the new is going to have a harder time coming in. So we just got a few more days here. Alright, good luck, thanks.